All right, welcome to the 12 o'clock show with Mayor Joe, or at least part of his voice. Also joining me today is the Reynoldsburg Historical Society leader and guru of all things Reynoldsburg, Mary Stoots. Thank you for coming today.
Well, you're welcome.
Happy to have you here. Got a lot of information that we can talk about, especially with your knowledge of everything going on in Reynoldsburg. But first of all, let's just start with some basics. How long have you and your family lived in Reynoldsburg?
Myself, my entire life, which is 71 years, but my family's been here 160 years, since 1863. And my grandmother graduated from Reynoldsburg High School in 1917, and my mother in 1947.
So definitely got the legacy aspect of everything. So now, how long have you been involved with the Historical Society?
Well, I didn't get involved in that until just 8 years ago, and they needed talent that I had, and I brought with me, so I'm now the webmaster, the newsletter editor, Facebook administrator, communications director, marketing and sales, email, whatever.
Are there any jobs for anybody else?
Yeah. We have plenty of jobs for everybody else. I'd like to disperse my responsibilities a little bit, delegate more.
Well, that's going to be one of the questions I was going to ask, for people that want to get involved, but we'll get to that in a few minutes. So I know that you have very specific times when tours are available and people can come and take a look at it. I know, obviously, why don't you tell us a little bit about that and a little bit about how you participate and work with the schools to help bring some of our young kids in to get a little bit of an appreciation for Reynoldsburg history.
Okay. Well, we have open house the third Saturday of every single month. But we also can be contacted for a private tour. Like if your family comes in from out of town and you want to do a tour, you call our phone number, which is over here. And we have our website. You can go on the website and contact us. And I'm always online. If I'm not there, I'm online. And then we have our email address. So if you go to the website, you can reach all three of those areas to get a hold of us, and somebody will answer. But we have some great people that on the spot, they'll go over there and do a tour. Like one of our past presidents is really good at that, so we don't have a problem there. And as far as the schools, we're very involved with the schools. When I took office, we were lucky to get 78 kids in there, maybe a year. And those were Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. Since that time, we've gotten all the schools involved, and this year we had about 536 students through, and I've already booked 278 for the spring. So that'll bring 800 kids through the school. We also publish a book. It's called Branches, and it's sponsored by Mr. Cotner. This book is a workbook for every third grader because local history is a curriculum requirement in the state of Ohio for every third grader. And so we have this book. It's got puzzles, it's got pictures, it has stories, and we've added this year 39 people of notable history in Reynoldsburg. We also have 94 streets and why they're named the way they are, and which Connie Parkinson put together. Yeah. And we also took the mural and we broke it into 4 panels. And the panels, I drew all the color out of the panels. This is one of them. You can't tell what it is, but it's 1/4 of the mural. And we're going to have a coloring contest. I have a sponsor that gave me money for prizes. We're going to have, after the kids color these, each school will have a first, second, and third place. And then we'll bring them over to the museum for an exhibit. So we'll have an art exhibit of all these little murals. And we will give them first, second, and third overall prizes. So we're real excited about that. And the kids have a good time when they come. We have 4 different venues. They do this tour. They switch every 25 to 40 minutes, depending on how many classes they have. We switch them. They go to the mural. They go to the museum. They go to our barn. They go on a tombstone tour down at Silent Home. They get to meet Hannah Ashton. Mm-hmm. And that's real exciting for them. So this is a pretty big deal, these tours are. We're real proud of those. We also do classes, genealogy, calligraphy, chalkboard sign painting, We do the Memorial Day dedication at Cedar. We have a holiday gift shop, which will start this coming Saturday. And I think that's about all I have going on right now. That's some of the things we have going on. But.
Okay. So you mentioned a couple of those things. I know there's a couple of events specifically that the Historical Society does, be it fundraising and then also, involvement on Christmas on the town and things like that. Why don't you tell us a little bit about some of those other events?
Well, the fundraising, as far as that goes, we get most of our support is through our membership. Mm-hmm. And our membership, they're very generous, but they don't necessarily participate physically, but they're very, very generous. We're very lucky in that respect. We have good sponsors. I'm trying to think of when besides our holiday gift shop, that we do sometimes classes for people. The classes we charge a little bit for those. And so we have various things that we do, but right now they're not on the top of my head because I usually administrate the calligraphy and sign painting classes because I was an artist in a past life, and so I do those, but this year I just wasn't up to it physically, so I didn't do it. But we also do silent auction. Mm-hmm. That's a big deal. We have a card party over at the senior center, and we don't have it planned for this year, but we usually do it every fall. And we go over there, and we have this wonderful where everybody brings board games, and they sit and play those. We have gifts that we give out as drawings, and then we have the silent auction. That's a huge money maker for us.
Well, make sure you let us know about those dates and the art exhibit dates because we can get those advertised as well.
Yeah, and the city's been really generous about letting me get on their calendar.
Yep.
And the Reynoldsburg magazine has been wonderful about running stories that are written by our members. The Lestrin House, those are members. Yep. When they talked about street names, they took part of Connie's street name publication. They put that in there. They've been really good about running stories for us.
It's always good to have that partnership and collaboration between all the different groups that we have here in Reynoldsburg.
It is, and they've been very supportive.
Now, what are some of your favorite non-historical society-related events in the city?
Non-historical society-related event. Well, I'm kind of goofy. I like to watch the council meetings. Not everybody, looking forward to that, but I do. I like watching those. I like watching the zoning meetings because to keep up with what's going on in your town and to understand, you see all the time people saying, what are they building over here? Well, if you'd watch these things, you'd see it firsthand. Yeah. And you'd see it from the ground up. So I like watching those. I have a mobility issues. I can't go a lot of places, but if I could, I would go to the Tomato Festival for sure. I really think that's a great sponsored event that they do. And I would love to go to the Halloween thing they do. So those are things that I'd probably like to attend. And the tree lighting.
Yeah, just a couple weeks from now.
Yeah, I think that's pretty neat. And we always enjoy Christmas on the Town. We do children's activities, and they aren't really big. We did have them looking in the trees for a certain ornament, but they were tearing up our tree. Like, where is it? And they were tearing all the trees up. So we're going to do something a little different this year, but we'll have prizes for the kids, and then we let them choose the prize they want.
Well, that'll be cool.
Things like that.
So, you mentioned the 8,000 tasks that you do for the Historical Society. What if somebody out there that's watching would like to be more active and participate? What would you suggest how they get more involved?
Well, I would suggest that they join. It's the price for an individual is really cheap. It's $20 a year. And for that, you get 6 issues every other month. We do a newsletter, and they're pretty involved, about 16 pages. There's stories in there and all kinds of things. I would join, and then I would look to see what's on the calendar to see what you can do to help. When we do these tours for the children, if you're retired, this is a great thing to do. If there's an adult in the room, all you have to do is be present. Little fingers stay in their pockets, and it really works out well to have an adult there as a supervising type of a figure. And the kids are so well behaved anyway. Oh, I want to tell you, our 3rd graders are very well behaved in this town. I don't know how the teachers do it, but they do.
Well, our teachers are definitely amazing. I will
They
agree,
are
yes.
amazing.
Well, do we have any questions for Mary?
We do. We have two. One said, who does the genealogy classes?
Who does the genealogy classes? Well, Wendy used to do those. Her married name was Wheatley. Wendy passed away. She did our genealogy classes. Then we had a computer genealogy class, and that was done by Jim Dugood, and Jim passed away. So we're going to have to find one of our members to do genealogy classes, and we have a couple that I'm thinking of that would do that very, very well.
All right, any other question?
It said, is the Historical Society or Livingston House available for renting?
We don't normally rent. We let our members use our meeting room once a year.
The Livingston House is available for rent. You can do that one.
Yeah, the Livingston House is run by the city, and I've been to several events there, private events like baby showers and wedding showers. They've had theirs really nice.
All right. Well, you're more than welcome to stay to finish out and kind of see what else is going on in the city of Reynoldsburg over the next couple of weeks. But if you have other with all your duties that you have to do at the Historical Society, I'm really appreciative of the time that you have so far.
Well, I think I'm going to step away.
Okay.
And I appreciate you having me.
Thank you. We'll look forward to having you on. Let us know and when the art show's coming up and any of the other things, and we'll definitely continue to
Yes,
advertise.
that'll be in March. I'm excited about all those little murals everywhere.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, it is. Oh, yours.